Okay, so this is Act 1, Scene 6, which is, hold on, Act 1, Scene 6 is towards the bottom-ish of page 39. We're back in the tavern. So this scene is for Gaston, Lefou, Maurice, and the Cronies. Okay? So y'all are gonna be at a table, Gaston and Lefou. I'm not sure exactly where the tables are, but whichever table is like closest to stage right, I think we're probably gonna have more than one table. If we just have one table, then just be like sitting on the stage right side of it. All I want is you sitting stage right. If we only have stools, then we'll put the stools stage right. It's not really a major thing. So this is before the song 8. And so Gaston, you're sitting either on, hopefully like at a stool leaning on a table, or just sitting in some capacity at stage right. Who does she think she is? She's tangled the wrong man, and you are facing Lefou. So you guys are sitting having this conversation. And Gaston, you need to be like just brokenhearted. Maybe you'll have a cup in front of you, just like in a slumped, upset position. Lefou, you are like glued into everything Gaston is saying. Darn right. No one says no to Gaston. Dismissed, rejected, publicly humiliated. It's more than I can bear. Lefou, when you say more beer, I want you to snap behind you, and Bella will have you be the server for this moment, and then when we switch, James, you'll be the server to Belle. So this part's already covered. I just invented a new part in the show. It's really easy. You're just gonna bring him a mug. So, more beer, snap behind you, like hello, like you're still like glued into Gaston, but you're thinking like he needs more beer. And then Bella or James will come with a cup and slide it on the table, like not really slide it, just like push it in between. So you'll come stand behind Lefou and push the mug to in between Lefou and Gaston. If there is no table for some reason, then you'll just hand it to Gaston, or to Lefou, sorry. Push the cup further, Lefou, so it's been pushed to you, you're pushing it right to Gaston. He says, what for? Nothing helps, I'm disgraced. And Gaston, you're just like motioning like, I don't even want that beer that you're pushing in my face. What for? Nothing helps, I'm disgraced. Lefou, snap again and either hand the mug back or just slide it back behind you on the table. So this is a lot of explanation to simply say what Lefou is doing is like listening to Gaston, also operating on his behalf for him to have beer, and it is what he thinks Gaston wants. It's not what he wants. Quick, get it away. He doesn't want it. All you're doing is just trying to make Gaston happy. Who, you? Never, Gaston. You've got to pull yourself together. Get this beer out of here. As you're saying that line. And then you do your choreography, which the beginning we're letting up to you, but if you need some guidance, we'll help you, give you some ideas. So you're singing. Drinks on Lefou, wherever you end up in the song for that is where you say that. Maurice, you'll have to wait a moment for like applause. And then you are going to be entering from the stage left steps. So like down on the ground, you're going to walk up the steps. Help, someone help me. You're saying that as you're coming up the steps. And make sure when you're walking up the steps that you're like almost sidestepping up the steps so that the audience / camera sees your face, so your back is not to the audience. We'll work on that, but that's what you're thinking in your mind. So you're coming up the steps. Gaston moved to center, and Lefou's right behind him. Lefou, you can be on it doesn't really matter, stage left or stage right. I think it would make more sense, though, for you to be stage left of Gaston, so on the left-hand side. Pretty near him, but a little bit behind him. Maurice, please, I need your help. He's got her. And Gaston, don't be far down center, because Maurice is going to come to center. So still be, like, right where the color changes, like black to pine. Maurice, please, I need your help. He's got her in a dungeon. You're saying that, Maurice, as you're walking towards center, and you're going to fall down at center when you say, please, I need your help. He's got her in a dungeon. You fall down to the ground. Ryan Noggle, you are going to be Crony, or Crony. I don't know how you say it. Crony, I believe. You're just regular, no numbered Crony. And you're going to step out of the crowd, so move yourself during those first lines before yours to stage right, just like you do when you're the bookseller. You're going to pretty much the same path, just come down stage right, away from the crowd, but still on the black portion of the stage. Maurice, you're still on the ground, but you move to your knees. Belle, we must go at once, not a minute to lose. Gaston, so you were at center. When Maurice comes and falls center, you can move closer to Lefou, so you're like stage left, looking down at so you're left of Maurice, looking down at him. And then I want you to stand like behind him, and you're like towering over him. He's down on the ground, upset. Whoa, slow down, Maurice. Who's got Belle locked in a dungeon? You are looking down at him. Maurice, a beast, a horrible, monstrous beast. Is it a big beast? Like, you're just being really mean, and you're standing over him. It's like power move. And Maurice, you're down on the ground, still huge, and you're brokenhearted because it legitimately a beast has your daughter, so you are upset. And then Ryan, you say with spooky yellow eyes, you can take another little step forward, like closer to the action that's happening with Maurice, Gaston, and Lefou. With spooky yellow eyes. Yes, yes. Maurice, I want you to stand up when you say yes, yes, and you're looking towards stage right, towards Ryan. You don't understand, they're making fun of you, and you're like, yes, you're right, he does have spooky yellow eyes. Maybe you've seen him. That's the one. That's the beast. So you're standing up, yes, yes. And then Ryan, you step another step forward, and you're just egging him on with a long, ugly snout. And then Maurice, hideously ugly. And so Gaston, again, when he stands up, you can take a little step left so that you're not blocked by him. And Lefou, you are still stage left of all of this happening. So I want you to take a step forward so you're in line with Ryan, but the opposite side of the stage of him. So your guys are, one's right, one's left, and you're both stepped forward. Lefou, and sharp, cruel fangs. Maurice, you turn towards him, but you're still at center. Yes, yes. Will you help me? Will you help me? Gaston, you're like at near Lefou, like to the left side of the stage. All right, old man, we'll help you. And then you're whatever is closest to Lefou, that arm, I guess it'd be your left arm, or your right arm. I don't know. Doesn't matter, but you're gonna snap. And then Tyler and Adam are going to come out from the ensemble, from the crowd behind. Maurice says, oh, thank you, thank you. You each are going to grab a corner, and Ryan as well. So Ryan will come to Maurice, and then Tyler and Adam, and you're going to each grab a corner of his cloak. We'll have him in a long cloak and, like, drag him off. You're not actually putting any pressure. Like, only your fingertips are really holding the cloak. And Maurice will already have practice with this because he does this with the beast. Logan is the one who's making it look like he's being dragged. So you're not going to actually hurt him or drag him. He's the one who's like acting like. So you're going to have to work on that, Logan. Like in a mirror, practice looking like someone's dragging you from the neck. So like stick your neck out, hunch in your belly button, your knees are forward, and you're being dragged. And so he's the one who's acting. You guys are just pretending that you're carrying him. No one's being choked. So you're going to drag him, so you come get him at center, and you're going to pull him up stage, diagonally off stage left. And you're saying as you're walking, crazy old Maurice, always good for a laugh, and then throw him off the stage. The ensemble will exit at that point. So you guys can like exit with him, I guess. So not really throwing him off the stage. You're just like walking off with him. Okay? So that's all for you guys. I'm going to keep talking to Gaston and Lefou. Okay, so Gaston, you were a little bit left of center. Now you're just going to move right into center. Crazy old Maurice. crazy old Maurice. So that's the same line, but that same line needs to be said differently each time. So the first time you say it and the second time you say it is different because you have an idea in the middle. So we need to see Gaston have an idea. So he says, crazy old Maurice. Crazy old Maurice. That's just, there's a bajillion ways you can do it. Don't do it that way. I'm just going to, but do it your own way. Make it your own. But we need to see, take a moment, have the idea, okay? And then you sing Lefou, I'm afraid I've been thinking, a dangerous pastime, I know. You are singing, so you just look to him, he's still left of you. Lefou, you haven't really moved a ton in this whole scene so far. You're just stage left, pretty much. You look to him, Lefou, I'm afraid I've been thinking. Lefou, look to the audience, a dangerous pastime, Gaston, I know. But that wacky old coot is Belle's father, and his sanity's only so-so. Now the wheels in my head have been turning. So you are walking, you're going to walk and talk, like you're thinking as you're walking, as you say, but that wacky old coot is Belle's father. And you're walking diagonally down, kind of like you do in the song Me, stage right. West Side, it doesn't have to be West Side Story, but that same direction. Diagonally down, stage right. Is Belle's father, Sandy's only so-so, you can be motioning, and the wheels in my head have been turning. On turning, you're going to turn upstage to Lefou, who's still stage left, up diagonally of you, and you're going to walk towards him. But you're going to stop at center, but you're walking towards him, back to center. So I looked at that loony old man, see, I promised myself I'd be married to Belle, and right now I'm evolving a plan. Now you're back at center, and you're going to pantomime doing this, and Lefou, you're going to pantomime listening, but you're not going to get really close to each other like we're used to. It'll be fine. It's a cartoon feeling. It's fine. If I, yes, da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da. So all of your lines in this little exchange are up, and then you're whispering in between each line. So like, yes, then we, no, would she? Yes, now I get it. Let's go. And then you guys sing, no one plots like Gaston, takes cheap shots like Gaston, plans to persecute harmless crackpots like Gaston. You guys are walking in a circle around each other, so Lefou following Gaston. So Gaston, you lead the circle, and Lefou you're following, and it's not fast, it's slow, mostly to the audience, but it's just a big circle of Gaston walking in a circle and Lefou behind him. Singing that in a circle until who can make up these endless refrains like Gaston, so his marriage we soon will be celebrating. My, what a guy, Gaston. When you guys sing that portion, I want you to be back to back, but your backs aren't really touching, but you're splitting the center. It doesn't matter who's on right or left. It's however you end up with the circle. So, who can make up these endless refrains like Gaston? You move into a back-to-back position. You're singing back-to-back to the audience. So his marriage will be celebrating. My, what a guy. On My, what a guy, you step apart from each other. Lefou, you're going to do a big get down on one knee. I mean big. My, what a guy. Or on Gaston, on the word Gaston. So you were back to back. My, what a guy. Gaston. You get down on one knee, motioning up to him with both arms. And Gaston, you're just like, or whatever a big Gaston pose that you want to do is. And then that is the end of the scene, a blackout. Good luck.